Yeah, obviously it's a nice way to finish the block of the first two games. We were extremely disappointed on the back of the Scotland game to only come away with 1 point, but we quickly shifted our attention to Italy and to get 5 points down there against a very proud Italian side was good. Very happy with it.
What's been? I know it's early days yet before the Wales game, but what's been the message so far heading into that match?
Yeah, so we've said this week we want to work hard as a group, build closer connections, get tighter as it's still a new squad coming together, and then work hard for each other. And then as we build through the week, we're going to start layering in our game plan for Wales. But yeah, initially today we're just trying to get to know each other again, get on the same wavelength since we've been at home with our families, and work hard starting with our session this afternoon. Yeah, he's a brilliant guy. Dan Biggar is. He invited me. I remember to my first game of cards out in South Africa, which was nice. Didn't have to do that. All the Welsh boys invited me to that. So yeah, no, he was very accommodating, very welcoming. Brought me up to speed pretty quickly with the playbook and the way they wanted to play out there. And yeah, he always greeted me with a smile on his face, and we worked really close together with our kicking, and I learned a lot about the game through watching it with him and Finn and Owen as well.
How did you get on at the card game?
I lost. I think I lost a tenner.
Okay.
They were stealing my money.
Thanks, Marcus.
Cheers, Duncan. Thank you.
Thanks, Duncan. James Cole, please.
Hi, Marcus. Do you feel like you're starting to put your stamp on the England 10 jersey, your own style?
Hi, James. You're right. No, I wouldn't say fully. I'm very grateful. I've got a brilliant group of backs and forwards around me. All guys who've got brilliant skill sets. All want to play the game in a similar way. But yeah, I've had to come in here. I've learned a lot of some of the backs in Henry Slade, Elliot Daly, Freddie Stewart, George Ford. Different ideas of playing rugby, and we've tried to come up with our own way to play as England, because ultimately we're all wearing the same shirt now and we're not playing for our club side. So we're going to have to come together pretty quick and try and play the same way all together.
So you don't feel like that's your shirt yet? You're still proving yourself?
Yeah, every time I get the opportunity to pull on the white jersey is always special. I'll never take any of them for granted. I'm working extremely hard this week and in all my preparation to make sure I play again in the white shirt, but I've got to get through this afternoon session first.
And potentially Manu Tuolangi to come back into that back line. As a 10, what difference does that make, having someone like him outside you?
Yeah, he's a brilliant player. He's someone even when I was very young, I used to watch him play, and I think I even watched his first try at Twickenham, which was quite special with the dummy switch with Johnny Wilkinson. So yeah, to be able to play with him is special. I played, I think, 1 or 2 games in the autumn with him, and brilliant to have him back in camp. He's a ball of energy. All the boys love him, and yeah, hopefully we can play together one day again.
And does that bring a different dynamic to the midfield as well? Something that maybe he's been missing?
Well, obviously he's a different player. All our centres are very different in the way they play. Chief's a brilliant ball carrier, but I think his skill set as well is undervalued. He can pass off both hands very well. He can go to the line, tip, dummy. He can do the whole lot. So as well as our other centres, they're all massive threats at the line and good carriers in their own rights.
Thank you.
Cheers, James. Thank you very much.
Cheers, James. Liam, please.
Marcus, how are you? How are things?
I'm good, thank you, Liam. You're right.
Great stuff. I'm just wondering, trying to put all this in context. Can you remember, say, during the last year's Six Nations, what you might have been doing? I know you've been playing with Quins and stuff, but can you remember looking on from the outside, looking in, and what impression you might have had of England back then?
Yeah, I was watching it as an avid England fan, desperate to see them do well. But yeah, I can't remember what I was thinking of. I was probably head stuck into playing well for Quins and trying to push Quins up the table, and trying to add value at Quins in any way I could on and off the field. So yeah, I can't really remember any details, but I was definitely a massive supporter of England back then.
Okay, and the rapport you have with Eddie Jones, I mean, how hands-on is it? Is there loads of one-on-ones going on, or is it a more general sort of approach? What way has that dynamic developed in the last while?
Yeah, he's been brilliant with me. He's pushed me and given me good feedback, both from training down in Brighton to our first game in Scotland to the Italy week, and our dialogue's been very open even since the autumn. And I'm learning a lot off Eddie, and he's pushing me to get me where I want to get to in my career and where he wants to get this team.
Is there an example you might be able to share with us about what he said to you?
No, it's between me and him, but it's main gist of it is keep working hard and keep enjoying my rugby.
Okay, fair enough. And England Wales has kind of got a special rivalry with it, especially from the Welsh perspective. They like going up there to try and beat England. What do you make of that sort of rivalry, and how much are you looking forward to it next week?
Yeah, I've been very grateful. I've been brought up in a rugby mad family. My dad is an extremely proud Englishman, and he always told me how big this game was. So yeah, for me, if I get the opportunity to play in that game, I know how much it will mean to not only my dad but every other proud English fan in the country. And for me and this team, if we all get the opportunity, it's going to be one that it's our next game, so it's our most important game because it's going to hopefully put us in a better position in the Six Nations table.
And just finally, for me, what do you make of the Six Nations table at the moment? What have you made of the other games that have taken place?
Yeah, it's been a brilliant tournament. It's wide open at the minute. Obviously, I think France are unbeaten still, so they've got a few tough games coming up. But yeah, I think it's all to play for. It's wide open, and we're massively excited about the next few weeks, and hopefully we can continue to win and put ourselves in the best position to win it.
All the very best, Marcus. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke.
Thanks, Liam. If we don't have any other questions for the live section, we'll end up there. Could we politely ask broadcasters to pop themselves in the waiting room, please, or leave the call and dial